Now, most people say insurance don't pay. Different people pick insurance for different reasons. Some pick insurance because they just want to pick insurance. You're having a car and they said you must have a third party. Are you aware that most people don't know that while having a third party, if an accident happens, but you also have a claim to benefit from it? I know you are surprised, right? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Insurance Simplified. Everything you need to know to stay protected. Now, this aspect I want to talk about is the angle that is the aspect that people say insurance don't pay claim. Are you aware that the problem most people have when saying insurance don't pay claim because they give the wrong information to an insurance company from inception? I had a client, based on my experience in the job professionally, I could be able to manage the situation. He picked a life insurance cover for his aged mom. It's a plan that was supposed to run for 5 years, and after 5 years, no more payment for it. After the next 4 years, the mom passed on. Now, when they brought the death certificate to me, when we are about processing the claim, he wrote the mother's name. In bracket, he wrote the mother's nickname, Nee something. That's what he wrote. And thank God for the professional experience I have. When I picked up the document, I saw a nickname. That is where people say insurance don't pay claim. When I looked at the death certificate, I was able to identify that the name he gave from inception of the mom was different from the name that was on the death certificate. Now, I had to tell him, go back, because normal investigation will be carried out. So when we checked it, we had to do the correction. Now, these are the areas that most people make mistakes, and they say insurance does not pay claim. Now, in insurance, when you are giving information, when you are coming to insurance services, make sure that you give the right information. Now, in insurance, when you give the wrong information and incident happen, insurance is about information. When you pass the wrong information, and when the time of investigation, they suspect a foul play, I can bet you that you are losing the insurance. Now, I just want to chip in something. Whenever you are picking an insurance, you have a reason for picking insurance. All my clients, when I relate to that, I tell them, I don't just tell you pick an insurance. Now, why do you need to pick insurance? I just want to dissect it into different areas. Now, you pick insurance, for instance, for your children's education. You pick insurance for different areas, either children's education, your retirement, and different aspects of it, which is have a need before picking it. Now, when a claim happens at the time of processing, make sure that the information you gave from inception rhymes with the information you are giving as at the time that we are talking of the claim. That is where what insurance claim processing comes in. Now, make sure that the date of birth you give from inception, make sure the date of birth rhymes with the information you are giving at the time of an accident. Another area I will just tell you is simply what my personal story. I want to talk about fake insurance claim. I know you'll be surprised hearing about that, but I must be blunt to you. Now, look at how it is. I had a client, and he picked a car insurance with us. What I want to say will shock you. When he picked a car insurance, and after picking the car insurance, we insured the car, and normal, when you pick a car insurance, it runs in the sequence of when you pay your premium runs all through the year. Now, after he paid the insurance for that car, you cannot believe that after like the next 3 months, he called me that he wants to pick an insurance for another car. And when he snapped the picture of the car and sent to me, I looked at the picture of the car. The picture of the car looked exactly like the one I just insured. And when I went, he told me, yeah, even funny enough, since it was a referral, it was an existing client of mine that gave me a referral. I felt, okay, since it's trust, I said, okay, send the details of the car. He snapped and sent to me. The same body, the same everything, but the only difference was a plate number. So I said, okay, send the details, we insure the car. 1 month later, he called me that this car we just insured that had an accident. I say, wow, but well, since I worked with a reputable insurance company, and a claim can always be paid, I sent in, okay, forward the details to me. What did he send? He sent the picture of the car. You can take note in case if you are in the process, you want to process your car insurance, then you can take note of this. He sent the picture of the car one. I sent him a claim form to fill. Now, I now said, okay, now send me a list of the details, which is the details of damage from your mechanic. So when he sent the details, I filed in for claim. You cannot believe that with my experience in the insurance industry for over a decade, I was so surprised that my insurance company declined the claim, that they will not pay for the claim after dragging it for about 2 months. And when I was feeling that why won't such claim be paid? For my insurance firm to decline such claim, there is something suspicious. Now, I went to the underwriters. What's the issue? They said no need, that they will get back to me. They now sent me the voucher that they would not pay claim. They declined it. So I told the client, you know what, let's file in for a redress. So while we're filing for a redress, they invited him. We sat down in the round table with our investigators and everything. And when I told him, okay, they now said, okay, how would you say, we have told you we are not paying claim, so you are saying we'll pay claim. He said, yes, you are going to pay claim. So you cannot believe that when he said, he came with his lawyer and everything, that they are going to pay claim, we must pay claim. How are we saying we are not going to pay claim? Now, they told him, okay, tell your story. He said the accident happened so place. Now, after the investigation, the place he said the accident happened, there was no accident scene. Take note of that. Now, secondly, he now sent his brother. He said the first day they called him, or they were coming for investigation, his younger brother, he was not around, so he sent his younger brother to take them to the location. The younger brother sent them to a different location. When they arrived, checking on the claim form, the location he wrote on the claim form was different from the location the younger brother sent them. That's number 2. Now, to cut the long story short, when they got to the round table, they now said, okay, they asked me, when I was about speaking, my insurance firm told me, keep quiet. And when I kept quiet, now they now said, okay, now they want to say from their details of investigation. They now played a recording in my presence. I was sure. What was the recording? When they went for investigation, they were hearing, in the recording they played, the clients whom I felt was a trustworthy client, in the voice recording was saying, telling our investigator, okay, no worry, this insurance, this and that, no worry, Joe, how much you need out of the claim, we'll go settle you, this and that. And when he was saying it, I was shocked in the recording. I said, this is just a tip of the iceberg. So when they were playing it, I now said, okay. At that time, I was sure, but you know the good thing? My name was not mentioned all through the investigation. That was one. Now, to my greatest surprise, and I told the young man that this car did not have an accident and will prove it. The investigator dropped a picture of that same car. Now, let me shock you the irony of the whole situation. Now, he insured a car with us. Now, the second car he brought in for insurance, which is the car he sent the picture for a claim to be paid. That car was brought in from US as a scrap car. The same color, the same everything, but scrap. Now, you'll be wondering, how did they know? Now, look at these are the sensitive, to tell the insurance, they are professionals in the investigation. When he sent me the picture of the car for insurance, he did not snap the chassis number of the car. When he didn't snap the chassis number. So when the investigator went to the car, they saw that the car was the same with the former car he insured with us. But now, from the chassis number, it shows that that car was still scrap and salvage in the US. In my presence, they presented the same picture he sent to us as claim. Now, what was the difference? The only difference was that this thing protecting the tire, that's the cover, was not there. But I can shock you that the picture of the car that he brought in for claim is the exact picture that was downloaded from investigation. Now, I know you are surprised about this. That is why insurance go into investigation. But by the time they presented everything in his presence, my dear, he was very shocked. He felt that he could just bring in 2 cars and swap it. Now, who would you blame for such an incident? And people say insurance does not pay claim. That's one. And the second one, I want to tell you, how the client, she picked a life insurance cover for her sister. And that such a plan is supposed to be a policy holder covering either her his or her age parent. Now, she said, okay, she just wants to pick a life insurance cover. She wants to be the person paying the premium and on behalf of her sister's son. But the sister will be the person that is covered or insured. Now I said, okay, let's just have such this and let's file it. Since she's willing, she will only be paying the premium for the policyholder, which is the son of her sister. So she finished pay while she was paying her premium. After like 1 year plus, the policy was supposed to last for 5 years. To my greatest surprise, after like 2 years, she called me. Chibuzo, my sister has passed on. I felt, I felt so sad, and I said, okay, let's just pay a visit. So when I went, I saw her, she wasn't feeling fine. I said, I was not feeling sad, that's, you just lost your sister and you are not feeling fine. I was feeling maybe there was a family problem, this and that, and everything. To cut the long story short, while I was with her, that same evening, she was rushed to the hospital. And at 2 p.m. that same day, she passed on. And I felt sad that, how would 2 sisters die on the same day? I was shocked about it, to my greatest surprise. I now went to the sister's son, who is the assumed policy holder that this client was paying premium for. I met him that, how you just lost your auntie and you lost your mom within 2 days interval. And when I met the young man who is the policy holder, he told me that, that he lost his mom. He told me he will get back to me later. I kept on calling him, can you please send me the death certificate of your mom? Because in insurance, this and that's what we say, with that particular policy has what they call waiting period. I know that if we don't file it for claim before the waiting period, which is 30 days waiting period, that there will be no opportunity for such claim to be paid. The young man now called me after like 2 weeks and said, my mother is still alive. What do you have to say about that? His mother is still alive. And he told me that he just wanted to be open to me, that the reason his auntie, which is the woman that passed on, he was calling me for the claim was because she wasn't feeling fine. And she wanted to access the fund to treat herself. And some of you will be wondering, why didn't she access the fund? Now, listen, insurance has different aspects. This particular plan she picked was a pure life insurance on death. And she was very much aware of that. It's not a savings plan. This was a pure risk plan, a life insurance. But she saw it that, and I made, the beautiful thing, I told her from inception, this plan, which she has even witnessed, in her presence, her client, her colleague picked such plan. And when the colleague's mom passed on, we paid the 1 million life insurance claim. And she felt that, that since she's not feeling fine, she wants to rush in, forgetting that investigation will be done. So I just want to tell you that most of you feeling that insurance does not pay claim. With my experience in this job, insurance pays claim. And I want to tell you that in everything you want to pick coming to insurance, check for the reason you want to pick such insurance plan and make sure you read it in details and ask the required question. Make sure you are clear when picking the insurance services. But I can assure you, insurance pays claim. It depends on if you get the wrong information. So thank you very much. Hit the like button. I'm Nwanze Chibuzo by name. You can follow me on LinkedIn and I can assure you, give you the best services. Thank you very much.